Can't go further than that. What's up, you guys? Welcome to Bourbon Bites, whiskey reviews with a gaming twist. I am Clifton, and I am so glad to see you over here for part 2 of our Halloween special, Bottom Shelf Horrors. So if you missed part 1, we just wrapped up over on Ed from the Rotgut Review. The link to his stream is down in the description below if you're watching the replay. He'll be on here in just a sec, but I want to go over a couple announcements for the channel before we get going. First of all, welcome, everyone. So good to see so many of you that were just in our other chat. So glad to see you again. First announcement is we typically have our after party hangout for patrons over on Discord right after my Thursday night stream. I'm actually fleeing the country because it's election weekend and I don't want to be around for the chaos. Just kidding. I've already voted, but I am actually have a very, very early morning flight. So I will not be around for the hangout. However, I know you guys are awesome over on Discord. Y'all will probably do the hangout without me because y'all don't need me. Y'all have already, they told me that on the last hangout. They're like, we don't actually need you anymore, Clifton. So fine, do your own thing, whatever. But so yeah, speaking of the Discord, the info for that is down in the description below. If you want to join us there. Also, I guess I should say, hey, if someone's new here that has never been my channel before, my name's Clifton. Like I said, I do whiskey reviews here. I also do Facebook gaming streams on Saturdays. Again, on Saturday, I won't be live this week because obviously out of town. But yeah, if you're new here, I would love if you could subscribe. And in place of my Saturday stream, I will be uploading a video. So I have a review of the new Compass Box Peat Monster Arcana. So it's a bourbon drinker's viewpoint of Peat Monster. So if you're interested in that, make sure you subscribe and hit that bell button. And of course, hit the like button here today. We got 28 of you here in the room. I know I can see that like button go up a little bit more. But while y'all do that, while y'all get another drink, let's invite our guest for the evening. Of course, the one and only Ed.
Hello.
And now if you missed his stream earlier, you can probably guess his outfit, but let me know if someone's new here and you don't know what it is, I'll explain it to you. It's pretty epic. I didn't get it, but now I'm like, oh, I get it now.
Yeah, I'm sure if anyone hasn't gotten it, I won't spoil it.
You gotta give them the little tip.
Oh, right, the little hint.
There we go. So see if y'all can get that. But we already got a super chat, man. Y'all are awesome. Saw your fan, Cincy. I don't think I've seen you before. I saw you on Ed's stream. Welcome. Glad to have you here. Keep the party going. Yes. So that's I don't know if this is the best party. This is like basically equivalent of like a college party because we got the most bottom shelf stuff you'll ever see in your life all on one table. So if you missed part 1, we did a bunch of under $10 whiskeys. Some were decent, some were pretty awful. We have some really, really ones I'm excited about for this part 2. So what about you, Ed? Are you feeling optimistic or?
I am not. I'll be honest, because we saved a couple. I was the most nervous about for this one.
Yes. So I haven't had any of these that we're going to have on this stream. So that should be interesting.
Yeah, this will be fun.
Yeah. Well, we promised people we would start with the Black Velvet, which is one of the most requested. A lot of people are like, consider this the worst thing they've ever tried. Never had it. We did have Rich and Rare over on Ed's stream, which was pretty decent. So maybe this one will be as well. You've had this before, right, Ed?
Yeah, I have. It won our worst Canadian whiskey for our what did we call it? The first year we did this, we had a March Madness. I think it was March Badness, where we tried to find the worst whiskey from every category. So
and it won, or did it lose?
This was right up there. So
yeah. So Don Nishida guessed it. He said he missed the first half of Ed stream. Is he Whistle Big? You got it, Don.
Whistle Big.
It blew my mind. I was like, oh my god, I get it now. Jason Busey with another super chat here. Is it a college party? Do you also have Natty Light or Keystone? Unfortunately, we don't. We'll have to save that for another stream.
Oh my god, yeah, Keystone.
I've had Natty Light, but I've not had Keystone.
Yeah, I drank a lot of that my freshman year of college.
I've had even worse. I've had Natty Light Seltzer. That's like even worse.
I've had that one. That's actually a lot better than regular Natty Light.
No, there's that.
The Natty Light and the Natter Days, like they're flavored ones. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Wow. Yeah. Well, cheers, Jason. Appreciate the super chat, you guys. Yeah. So I appreciate the support. I don't have a giveaway this week. Normally I do. I don't think you guys want this. I mean, if you want Black Velvet, let me know. I can probably send you some just for free because I gotta get rid of it. But I appreciate all the super chats. Then, like I said, if you guys want to do the Patreon hangout, head to our Discord. Or if you're not a patron yet, join the Patreon. We're almost at 30 people, so maybe I should have a big celebration when we get 30. So we'll see.
That's awesome. Someone was saying I should get out my really bad Japanese whiskey. Fun story about that. This is something I actually shared with my patrons, but I didn't put on the main channel. Was that when I went to unscrew the cap to get some B-roll, the entire neck, the neck of the bottle popped off.
Oh my God.
There was a fault. There was a little fault in the glass, and the whole thing just went.
You got it on camera, hopefully.
No, I didn't, unfortunately.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
That would have been epic.
Yeah.
How much did that one cost? I saw the review, but how much was that one?
That was actually crazy expensive. That was $40.
Well, for Japanese.
Well, yeah, it's $40 for Japanese, but considering that it was like $10 Canadian, yeah, they were able to do it for that much because they put kanji on it.
Yep. That sucks.
All right.
So, what you guys in the chat? Have you ever had black velvet? And if so, what are your thoughts? I saw a comment. Alan says black velvet is the last vestige. That's a big word. I don't know that word. Vestige of the disco era. Hints of double knit shaded with a huge collar points and gold chains. The finish is reminiscent of stale cigarillos. I know what those are, but I don't know. And cocaine. Well, there's a description for you. I don't know half of those notes, but we'll see.
Just over here,
Again, the nose isn't offensive. I mean, you said you've had experience with this one.
Yeah.
I do think the nose of the Rich and Rare definitely would beat this.
It's hard to tell.
It's that caramel sweetness again.
It is. It's very much that caramel sweetness. They're both I'm just going to leave the pig nose off. Everyone knows what I am. It's okay. I don't have to.
Well, the caramel, this is typical of a Canadian whiskey. Now, we did say over on his channel, we're not dissing on Canadian whiskey. I've had some very, very good Canadian whiskeys. Peter White sent me some. If you missed that stream, go check it out. It's on my channel several months ago, but it happened. So I'm not dissing on Canadian whiskey. However, this nose is like a typical Canadian whiskey here in the States.
Yeah. I actually do think these are very similar. They're both like kind of got a raw petrochemically smell to them, just with caramel over the top.
Yeah.
But actually the black velvet kind of covers that petrochemically thing up a little bit better, maybe.
Well, it almost smells like it's higher proof, but it's not. I just was double checking. It's still 80 proof.
Yeah. No, it does. It does smell.
One Rev says it is not black, it's not black and it's not velvet. Wait, someone said black velvet is Heaven Hill's finest. Is Heaven Hill actually?
Heaven Hill owns it. I don't think. I mean, obviously they don't distill it.
Sure. Yeah, it's just imported and bottled. Well, let's go ahead and give it a taste, shall we? Cheers.
Cheers.
I'm getting some like food notes. I don't know why. Is it savory?
It is a little, isn't it? It reminds me of, there's something kind of umami-ish about it.
Yeah. I'm sorry. It reminds me of something. It's almost like salty, but like a weird saltiness. Like not like a salted watermelon. Because I say salted watermelon because I used to have like a flavored vodka that was salted watermelon that I actually thought was pretty good. This isn't quite that, but it's a little salty and meaty.
Yeah, I agree with that. I agree. It's kind of weird. I never.
It's not nearly as sweet as it smells, I don't think.
No. It's much more accurate on the taste. But it tastes like caramelized, like the skin of a fish. Like fish, but not like salty. It's not salty.
Wait, I know. I'm getting what you're talking about. I don't know how to describe it, but yeah, that's
Yeah. And it's not like it's not spicy. It's not really like woody exactly. It's just kind of caramel. Yeah, soy saucy. It is like, but not exactly soy saucy, even more like sake.
Yeah. Oh, sake. That's you're right. What the heck?
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, like sake, like, or it's like you're drinking sake after you just had a nice piece of sushi, fish with fish skin on it, and you dipped it in some soy sauce, you ate it, and then you had some sake. That's like the note I'm getting, and I'm not off put by it.
It's not my favorite. I don't. It's not as bad as a lot of whiskey I've had for sure, and maybe even not as bad as some of the stuff we've had tonight.
Yeah, but yeah, I agree. I think we've had some way worse stuff on your channel, but I think it's going to only get worse from here, I would say.
Yeah.
Donald says Black Velvet is not the worst Canadian whiskey out there. Mist and Hiram Walker, special old, are Canadians' crime against humanity. Oh, no. Well, another super chat here. Tammy Brennicky. Tammy, thank you so much. Unfortunately, Brian is asleep. Yes, I know. With these later streams, Brian can't stay awake for it, but we want you to have an unbelievable vacation. Thank you so much, Tammy. My last vacation, I misspoke earlier on the Discord. I said it's my first vacation of 2020. It's not my first vacation of 2020. My first was actually in Vegas with Tammy and Brian Brennicky. So y'all were the real original vacation of 2020. This is just the first international trip.
There you go.
Yes, thank you so much, Tammy. Yeah, I'm not offended by this Black Velvet. Again, I'm trying it compared to some other shitty whiskeys, so that might also have an impact, I would say.
Yeah, you can't really, it's like you're not comparing it to really great stuff. But I do think the Rich and Rare it's nicer on the taste.
Rich and Rare is more typical of what I would expect a Canadian whiskey.
Yeah. It's just kind of sweet and easygoing. This is a little bit more funky.
So Cohen says, I can't believe they bought full bottles of stuff. I would have bought minis for the experiment. Some of these are minis. The two minis I actually already did on his channel. I tried. I would have loved to buy minis for all these. Unfortunately, I didn't. So I have so much whiskey that I'm not a drain pour kind of guy. Okay. I've only drain poured like one whiskey in my life. However, I'm rating these based on drinkable and drain pour. So far, though, I don't think I've got a drain pour yet. I mean, the only drain pours have been like these smaller ones, but I don't think anything's that bad yet.
My opinion is, even if something is absolutely terrible, at least then it's just a drunk maker, if nothing else.
Well, see, I typically think that, but I got to think about it this way. Most of these whiskeys were about $8. If it's $8 and I got one drink out of it, it's a overpriced drink in a bar, and then
yeah, that's true.
That's how I've been thinking about it. But normally, I'm right there with you. Donnie, the Linux Cat, says, hopefully this will buy you a drink on your trip. Enjoy, my friend. Miss Linux Cat says hi and have fun. Thank you so much, Donnie and Diana. I really appreciate your support here. Y'all are awesome. Hope y'all are doing well. I haven't heard, like Perry was saying, we haven't heard from you in a while, but I know y'all are busy with work. But so good to see you here tonight and celebrating with us. So cheers, Donnie and Diana.
Yeah. And worst comes worst, I'll give these to people who come over. I'll just pass them off.
Yes, but see, the friends that come over are either like high class whiskey people like us, like they know what's bad, but they're either those or the ones that I'm trying to turn into whiskey drinkers, and I don't want to hold on to them for those because, like, maybe I should hold on to like one or two just for the ones that like I give them something nice and they're like, ugh, it's awful. I'm like, here, just take this. Maybe then I'll do that, but. Stanley's here. Sorry, I'm late. Just drove 90 minutes to Lakewood to pick up Midwinter's Night Dram Scene 8 Act 2. Have you tried it? I have not tried Act 2, but I've tried Act 1. I think basically the scenes are the most important, right, Ed?
Yeah, the act is the most important. I actually have Scene 2 here.
Oh, sorry, yeah. It's the other way around, right? Like, yeah.
Yeah. But the scene is, just the bottling.
Yeah. Yeah, so I love this year's release of it, and I mean I like last year's too. So I mean I would say it's worth a 90-minute drive if you paid a decent price for it. But cheers, Stanley. Good to have you drop by. And Stanley's going to be starting his own channel here soon, so keep an eye out for that.
That's exciting. That's awesome. Yeah, I really like this year's. We were talking about this on my channel too, and we were saying we both like last year's too. So yeah.
Donnie said, just give them to Brandy and tell him they're allocated. Brandy's been buying a lot of allocated stuff, I'll tell you that. But hopefully we'll have him over here soon again, and he can share. He's been picking up a lot of old Carters, so I've never had anything from old Carter. Have you, Ed?
No, I haven't.
I haven't either, but he's been buying them up because he's in love with them. So he says he'll share it. So maybe coming here soon. That's why you guys got to subscribe, and then you'll find an old Carter stream. Well, it'll be a definite upgrade from this.
Yeah, right.
Here's a whiskey, not Ed, not that you're.
Oh no, I'm terrible.
It's the whiskey. We need more likes. Thank you, Donnie. Yeah, you guys hit that like button. All right, we should move on to something else. I don't hate Black Velvet, but I don't think I would choose to drink it. That's how I'm being very nice.
I'll have to see about if I can find some of the other ones, the Hiram Walker especially. Well, I'll see if I can't find that and compare this, because I still don't think this is probably still my worst Canadian I've had. However, compared to the Rich and Rare, it's actually not too far off. I could still, I think I can drink this, but I drink swill, so.
Did you get Canadian Crest? Was that one of the ones you got?
I did not find any Canadian Crest around here. No.
Okay,
I'll find something else to drink on.
Yeah, I was gonna say we'll go back to the ones we have the same of later, but this is the absolute cheapest Canadian I could find. This was $5.54 for this 750 milliliter bottle. It just says Canadian blend. It doesn't even say whiskey on it. Oh no, it doesn't. It says Canadian whiskey with natural flavors. This is the cheapest thing we'll be drinking tonight. Although there's another one that's I'm excited to try here soon. But I gotta go with the cheapest Canadian because, like we said, that's not the worst Canadian you've had. Let's see if we can find something a bit worse.
Yeah. It's kind of funny that there is a Canadian whiskey, Mount Royal Light, that it doesn't even qualify as whiskey under the Canadian definition.
Oh wow, that must be pretty bad. It doesn't qualify under Canadian definition.
It's literally like diet whiskey. It's like 20% alcohol. It's super watered down. But they always sell it in the whiskey aisle next to the Canadian whiskey to try and like fool people. It's basically just like, it's not even liqueur though, because they don't add sugar to it. It's just watered down whiskey.
Yeah. Well, and there was a comment. Wait, I lost it. Oh, so Andrew says so many Canadians on this list. We can't even get most of this stuff up here, and nothing that cheap either. Yeah. Again, this is American Canadian whiskeys. Like for some reason, we like to make really cheap, shitty Canadian whiskey, or at least release it in the grocery store. I don't know why.
Well,
to be fair though, I will say before I even got into whiskey, like at least in South Carolina, the biggest trend in whiskey was Canadian or Crown Royal. Everyone, that was the only whiskey that people drank was Crown Royal.
Oh, people love Crown Royal. Everybody drinks Crown Royal in Wisconsin.
Yeah, but if not in California, I haven't seen that as much. But at least in South Carolina, that was the craze. Everyone was drinking that. So maybe that's why they're releasing so many cheap ones to compete. Like people can't afford the Crown Royal, which, to be fair, in college, I thought Crown Royal was a bit premium too. I mean, it was pricey compared to the vodka I was buying.
For sure.
So maybe they release these for people like me that like are growing to like that flavor but can't afford it. So very curious to hear. What did you grab for your next one?
This is Kentucky Deluxe, Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey. I think this is the first straight bourbon whiskey we've had.
Yeah, I don't think I have any straight bourbon whiskeys. So Kentucky Deluxe is actually I was asking people on Discord what they recommend for the stream, and that was one that they wanted me to pick up. It wasn't readily available in my area, so I'm very glad that you have it. I'm very curious to hear your thoughts on it.
Oh, for sure. I think this is Lux Row because it's out of St. Louis, Missouri, so I'm pretty sure this is a Lux Row bottling.
Oh, really?
Interesting. But I'm guessing it is.
Wait, but Lux Row, like, I mean, we know they sourced from like Heaven Hill for like their premium stuff. So are you saying they also own like another distillery out there?
No, I'm like 95%. This is Lux Row sourced from Heaven Hill. I'm like 95%.
Oh, so they're sourcing like shitty stuff.
Yeah, I don't know that for certain.
Yeah,
but I'm kind of guessing because it smells like a cheap and kind of Heaven Hill product.
Gotcha. Yeah. Interesting. So Don Nishida says, "Got to head out. Cheers, everyone. Hoping you and Justin have a great vacation." Cheers, Don. Yes, thank you so much. Hopefully, we'll head back to Hawaii soon and meet up. we went to Hawaii last year, so we always try to stagger like Hawaii, Mexico, just because we're in California. They're both really easy to get to. But right now, we decided with Mexico because the restrictions they're starting to tighten up a bit there. But I think we're pretty low key on our vacations, anyways. We avoid crowds, so. That's why we're doing Mexico this time. But cheers, Don. Have a wonderful night, and thank you so much for the super chat. Oh, God, the nose. The Canadian crest is awful. Oh, no.
Uh-oh, Cliff. I don't know if anyone else lost Cliff, but I lost Cliff.
Oh, I still hear you and see you.
Okay.
Did you lose?
Hi. Oh, there we go.
That's weird. I didn't lose you. I still saw you. Sorry about that.
Okay.
You can hear me. We're good now, though.
Yeah, we're good. We're good.
Okay. I thought I had some internet issues last week, but then I was on with Whiskey Dick earlier this week, and it was perfectly fine. So got a little nervous there.
Oh, well, it worked out. It's working now.
Well, it's probably the Canadian crest. Someone said it was so bad it killed his stream. Yeah. I have not tasted it, but on the nose, it is awful. Now, the description says, the spirit of the Great White North. Authentic choice Canadian blend. A distinguished blend of choice ingredients compose this delicate spirit. Enjoy the distinctive experience of Canadian crest. I feel like Moira on Schitt's Creek when she's selling that like that fruit wine stuff.
Oh my god, yeah.
I felt like. On the nose, this is awful. I'm gonna go ahead and try it. Cheers.
Cheers. Do it.
It's that really fake, thick mouthfeel that I get in like a flavored whiskey. This one also tastes like a flavored vodka, but it's thick, not in a good way. Not with the C's, it's with the CK. It's thick, but it tastes like it's like if you you know how these other ones tasted like they added whiskey flavor to it. This tastes like, oh, whiskey flavor is too much. We want it to be Canadian whiskey flavored, aka like so lightly flavored. So they added this like fake, like really thick, syrupy, light whiskey flavor to it.
Sure.
This has got to be the worst thing I've tried tonight. This is awful. Which again is $5.54.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so bad. How about yours? What are you? You're drinking the Kentucky Tavern, right?
I'm on the Deluxe.
Oh, Deluxe. Someone else was talking about Kentucky Tavern.
Yeah,
Earlier.
I think someone was saying Kentucky Tavern. I think maybe was it Run Rev? I don't remember who, but on my stream was saying that was the worst one they've ever had. But yeah, no, I think this one's the best one I've had tonight. Actually.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Well, actually, it's funny you say that, Run Rev, because it's like a lot of those cheap Canadian brands are stuff that like Americans own the distillery or they own the brand and then bring Canadian whiskey in and bottle it here. So it's like we're basically just selling us our own crap. But whatever.
Yeah, Cohen says the flavoring is what makes it thick. And what's weird because this flavor is such a light flavor added, but it adds that same thickness of like a Jim Beam honey or Jim Beam vanilla, like we were talking earlier. It's that like really thick, but like not. It's the weird thing is it's not sweet, so it's awful and always. This is my first drain board. There's no one should drink this. No one should buy this.
I feel like there's a difference between syrupy thick and like oily thick. Like oily thick is pleasant, right?
Yes.
Like it's mouth coating.
Yep.
Syrupy just feels like your teeth hurt and everything's all jammed up.
That one was the worst thing I've had tonight. Now we do have, I mean, to be fair, okay, so that was $5.54. The Rich and Rare was $7.99. That was my second cheapest Canadian whiskey. I would take Rich and Rare all day, every day over that. And it's only what, like $2.50 more.
Yeah.
Save a little bit more money. I know you're on a college budget. I know you're poor. I'm speaking from my past self.
Right.
But save $2.50 more and it'll be a significant upgrade.
Yeah, that's
because I'm assuming, like, I mean, when I was first getting into whiskey, I would search best cheap whiskey. So maybe this video will pop up. So I'm trying to help someone out here.
Learn from my errors.
Yes, do not buy it. That's the worst thing I've had all night.
Yeah, this is Kentucky Deluxe or Kentucky Choice. Wait. Oh shit, I said the wrong one. This is Kentucky Choice. I have Kentucky Deluxe in the barrel somewhere. Two different ones. This is Kentucky Choice.
Gotcha.
This one's actually really good.
Awesome. I don't think we can get that out here.
Yeah, maybe I'll have to ship you some.
Maybe it'll cost more to ship it than buy a bottle.
What?
That's the case with all these. That's what I said earlier. I was like, I can give away samples, but like y'all, it'd be way cheaper just to go to your store. I'll Venmo you $7 to go buy a bottle in your own store.
That's true. Yeah, this is nutty. This is why this makes me think Lux Row just got some like JTS Brown style distillate from Heaven Hill because it's nutty. It's just like that really almondy paste kind of thing. Some wood, some vanilla. I mean, it finishes a little rough, but still, best thing I've had tonight by far.
Yeah, Black by Astian. What was the worst? This is so far. We still have some to go. We have a few bourbons to get into, which I'm very curious. I think we should find a bourbon that we both have next. But the one that my worst so far is the Canadian Crest. I picked this up at Vaughn's/Albertsons/Safeway, whatever it's called in your area. $5.54. Don't buy.
So I think we both have Black Eagle. If you want to do that.
Black Eagle. I'm trying to think. Let's start with the. Should we start with the cheapest bourbon? What do we have? Okay.
I don't remember which one was cheaper.
Black Eagle was the cheapest one that I bought. So
okay,
let's do some Black Eagle. Now this one is interesting because it's the first one that says bourbon whiskey. One earlier said it had some bourbon in it, 20%, and then 80% neutral grain spirit. So this one says Black Eagle bourbon whiskey, old style, individual barreled. I don't know what that means. Individual barreled. Like
what does that mean?
Like individual barreled bourbon whiskey distilled from only the finest quality ingredients from a genuine full bourbon character. And now the good thing is on the back, it does say aged 3 years.
Yeah,
that is surprising.
That is nice. Like, I mean, it's not exactly an impressive age statement.
No, of course not.
It's still like that's nice that they put that.
My standards are very low based on this evening. How it's been going. Sure. This was $8.99 at Total Wine.
What does individual barrel mean? Is that a single?
No, I don't think it's. I think it's their way of trying to sound like a single barrel. I think they're trying to mislead people there.
Yeah, no, that doesn't mean anything. I don't think.
No, I think they're trying to fool people that have heard the word single barrel and they see individual barreled and they think, oh, it's a single barrel. It must be nice. That's honestly what I think they're really trying to mislead people here.
Yeah,
that's my take on it. I don't know.
Like, I don't know. That is a weird. I've never ever.
Sugar Kitty says individual barreled means it's so bad they barreled the distiller. They barreled the person that made this.
They just put him in a barrel and chucked him out to sea.
Now I've never had. Honestly, I've never bought any of the Total Wine brand spirits. This one doesn't say anything about Terra Pure, so
yeah,
fingers crossed. We will get into some Terra Pured products here soon. I'll explain a bit about what that is, but
I have actually, and if you want to go on our channel, we broke down the entire Terra Pure process.
Yeah, go check that out.
Go see it.
And send me the link to it later, and I'll put it in the description for
people shameless self promotion. Sorry.
No, definitely. You probably know. I mean, maybe I'll let you describe it because I just know the basics. So once we get to that, I'll let you just give a brief overview about it.
No, please. This is your show. I don't mean to step on your toes.
Okay, but I also mean that I didn't actually look it up, and I was going to have to research it real quick. So we'll let Ed explain it.
Okay, fair enough.
Okay, but for now, this one doesn't say anything about it, so there's a chance it may not be.
Well, let's hope not.
Well, the nose is not very well. You know, it noses like we were talking earlier. I don't know if it's on your channel or mine. We were talking about like 10 High and like Ancient Age.
Yeah,
it kind of smells like one of those very corny, very sweet.
It is very corny. It's very. That makes me feel nauseous. Honestly.
You know what? They don't say Terra Pure, but of the Terra Pure products I've had, I'm getting some very similar.
Oh, I think this, just on the nose, this may be the worst one I've had all night.
Yeah, man, I had high hopes because it says bourbon. I got excited.
Oh, this makes me feel really sick to my stomach. Oh my God. Like I can't pick out exactly what it is, but there's something in there that's making me like just my gag reflex come up.
Well, it definitely burns my nose. Like my nostril, I feel like my nose hair is just like singeing. And the thing is though, it's only 80 proof. This is not a high proof spirit.
No.
It should not be burning my nose hairs. It's got to be a chemical burn, not a alcohol burn.
Oh, it's like sickeningly sweet, but there's also something really acrid there. I'm
going to regret this so much when I'm on the plane tomorrow morning at 7 a.m.
Oh my God.
Let's go ahead and try it though. Cheers, man.
All right. Cheers.
Another situation where it tastes completely different.
It does. Yeah.
The finish kind of gets back in that weird territory.
Yeah, it's definitely not as bad. When I smelled this, I definitely thought I was going to puke when I drank it. It's not that bad.
And I will say, we're giving it its best shot. We're drinking out of a Glencairn.
I know.
This should have been my little teaser for like what your costume was. Yeah, it was a big glass.
There you go.
I was just like, you guys, what do you think? What do you think?
Yeah, if no one got it on my stream, I was going to point out like it's right by my elbow.
Oh, nice. Someone said, does it taste like canned corn?
No, it's
it definitely
creamed
smells
corn.
like that sweet, that like super sweet corn.
I definitely get creamed corn. Like, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And it's weird because I know I've had like 3-year-old bourbon before, but this tastes younger than the 3-year-old bourbon I've had. It's like almost in that like new make territory of flavor.
It does. It's like they had a. It's not as like. I usually think of like a really young new like corn whiskey or new make as having like kind of a yew, like a green yew wood flavor. This isn't quite that bad, but it's like they had a very, very neutral distillate and gave it no, like it tastes like it didn't have any time in the barrel whatsoever. And it's 3 years old. It tastes like there was no wood interaction whatsoever.
I agree. The only thing the wood could have done is maybe like tone down the sweetness a bit. But man, it just makes me really sad. Because again, I don't know why I'm getting personal about this, but like you're labeling yourself as the finest quality ingredients. What master distiller or blender or whoever tasted this and were like, yep, we're writing that this is the finest quality ingredients on it. Like, this is just sad. It's sad.
Like for sure. If you gave this to me, I would have told you this was. I don't even know if I would have picked this out as bourbon.
Mm-hmm.
I would have told you like this was like aged in refill oak or some shit, like some really tired ass oak. Like, I don't know, man. I
just think it's disappointing and sad. Now, will I say that this is a drain pour? I could see making this into mixed drinks. Like if you're going to mix a bourbon and ginger ale or whatever. Don't make like an old fashioned with this, please. Please don't do that. But I will say it does have the character of bourbon, so there might be a use for this at some point. Maybe cooking with, Yeah,
there is like I guess I get like a slightly like just a vague fruitiness, a vague tannic spicy, but it's so light and like it's just nothing there.
Yeah, man, that's the disappointment. Well, I do want to get to one that I got. So I don't think you got this one. Did you? You didn't get 75 South, did you?
I did not.
This was the inspiration of this stream.
Oh.
This is the first bottom shelf thing I saw that I was genuinely curious about, and not in a good way. So it says 75 South Kentucky. It doesn't say bourbon. It just says 75 South Kentucky.
Oh, okay.
75 South Kentucky. Genuine, true bluegrass spirit. Rich and smooth. And then at the bottom, in very, very small text, it does say, blended whiskey with natural flavors. And you know what's the most hilarious thing? I don't know if you'll be able to see this. Oh, man. I want to show this so bad. Hold on. I might have to adjust my exposure because it's hilarious. Give me 1 second. I'm going to turn off my oven. It's going to like screw up my lighting. It did it last time I did this, but we're going to do it anyways because... All right. I want y'all to see this. Oh, man. Come on. Okay. So there's a signature at the bottom. Like most bourbons have like the signature of the master distiller, right?
Sure.
Oh, my God. Come on. Okay, there we go. Okay, you can't read it. Whatever. The signature literally just says "genuine Southern," as if it's written like it's a signature. It's the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen in my life. I'm like, are you kidding me?
Oh my God!
It's just so bad, and it doesn't even say if it's neutral grain spirit or whatever. So I was like, and the best part about this, with this being our Halloween stream, guess the price on this.
It's not 666, is it? Oh.
Yep. This was $6.66.
Oh my God!
So I had to pick this up for this stream.
Oh, that's fantastic! That's amazing.
I am so. Oh my God! There's already a dead fly or gnat in my blend. That's how bad it is. It kills gnats.
Oh, that's amazing! That's fantastic. I'm excited to hear about this one.
What to think about this one? Do you have another one that we don't both have?
Sure. I'm gonna take a break from bourbon for just a second.
Okay. Well, I guess I am too because it's Kentucky Spirit.
Yeah, that's true.
But not good Kentucky Spirit.
I'm gonna break out the Inverhouse Green Plod.
Oh, what is that? That bottle looks like a liqueur, or it almost looks like lemon juice. It's like lemon juice in a bottle.
It does, doesn't it? This is like the
Here,
old.
I'll highlight you so you can show it a bit more. Oop, how do I highlight
Okay.
you? Oh, I haven't quite figured out the controls here. Nope, that's not it. Hold on. I don't know how there used to be a solo button, but it's not there anymore. Oh, there we go.
No.
There we
Here
go.
we are. Yeah, Inverhouse, very rare Scotch whiskey. I think they've had this same label since like the
Okay,
70s.
the label looks okay now that I'm seeing it like full screen. It's kind of unique. It's hand drawn or whatever.
Yeah, it really leans into that old Highland Gaelic shit. But
now I notice it does say green plaid. Now I'm familiar with that name, but I don't know if this is related to it. My grandpa, I only know the story from my mom. He used to drink a blended Scotch called green plaid, and I don't know if it's related to that or not. So if anyone in the chat knows anything about like a green plaid Scotch, is this a different product or is this? Just curious. But
this is I bet you this is the only green plaid I know about. But
okay, that bottle, I mean, I've never seen it before in person, but my mom always told me my grandpa drank green plaid Scotch.
Yeah, probably. I bet you it is.
Yeah. So I might have to ask you for a sample of that just so I can be like, what did my grandpa drink?
It's funny because I picked this bottle up and I'm trying to remember. There was another. I picked up a Dusty. I went to like just this little random like shitty hole in the wall, really really poorly managed liquor store, and they happened to have a bunch of Dusties. And I got this and like oh my god, I can't remember what we did a video of it, but it was like some blended Scotch that hadn't been made in 20 years. They had been hanging on to these two for like the last 20 goddamn years, and
oh my god,
they were each like $12 a pop. So I was like, yeah, okay, I'm on top of that.
Yeah, well, while you get that poured, I'm gonna give a taste of 75 South Genuine Kentucky.
There you go.
I like saying Genuine Kentucky because that's just literally what it says on the bottle.
Like that's genuine Kentucky spirit, not genuine Kentucky whiskey.
Wait a minute. Why is this not bad? What the frick? Whoa. I gotta go for a second sip. Hold on a minute. Holy crap. Whoa, what the fuck? I like how I censored myself earlier. Now I'm just like, forget it. This is probably the car alarm goes off. They're coming to get my 75 South. This has got to be the best thing I've had all night.
Wow, really?
So it does. Oh God, that's so annoying. Sorry if you can hear the car alarm in the background. It's a blended whiskey with natural flavors. I will say the natural flavors they used for this natural flavor.
Mm-hmm.
It's really good. It's very. Oh my god! Thank you. Yeah, it's oaky. I think that's the characteristic that the others have been missing. You know, they're the fake caramel, the fake sweetness.
Yeah,
this
yeah.
smells oaky, and it doesn't even say that it's aged.
Huh? That's crazy.
$6.66. Now, the only reason I'm raving about this is because it's $6.66.
Right. Oh,
not because it's like, you know, it beats like an Evan Williams bottle and bond or anything like that. However, holy crap, if you are on a college kid's budget and you want to try whiskey, this is a great intro to it. I do recommend this. I was expecting this to be the worst thing I had all night because it was $6.66. But this is actually, I made so much fun of the label. But you know,
based on the label, you would think.
Yeah, and this is an Albertsons brand, so that means it's at your Vons, your Pavilions, your Safeway, wherever it is in your area. I recommend picking it up with the expectation for it being better than a $6 Kentucky. All right, Ed, how was yours?
Inverhouse, I mean, it's solid. It's solid. I honestly, Inverhouse is weird because it has some of the more like scotchy, like that malty element, that really like malty, like milk ball kind of thing.
Right.
But it's also like very fruity, kind of like citrus and banana.
Okay.
Yeah, kind of like a lime and banana. It's actually a pretty goddamn good blended whiskey. Honestly, it's still spiky though. Like,
sure.
I don't know. That's the thing about that's the thing about like cheap bourbon. I think is that because it's aged in new oak, like you kind of get rid of some of that really spiky acridness early on in the aging process.
For sure.
But if you have a young Scotch, that kind of hangs around for a while because they're using used oak and it's a colder climate. So it's still spiky. It's still kind of pokey, but it's not bad. It's not bad.
Sure. Well, Sugar Kitty answered my question from earlier. That's it. Green Plaid is the product name. Inverhouse is the company name. So they must have. I don't know if they've changed. It doesn't look like they've changed the label, like you said, in like 80 years. It's such a old style label, but
yeah,
I'm
not sure. I think Inverhouse. I'm not sure. I think it's an estate outside of Inverness. I think that's where the name comes from because it's in the Highlands. I don't know though. I'm not 100% on that, but yeah. So. Who knows? I think this is... Who owns this? Is this a White & McKay brand? I'm not even sure. It doesn't matter.
I have no idea. People are asking if this one that I'm drinking is like mellow corn. No, it's not sweet. Mellow corn, I think, is really sweet. It's like... Someone said cream corn earlier. Mellow corn is that. It's like popcorn and cream corn. This, though, is oaky. Like, it's way oakier than it is sweet, which is the most surprising thing. Whatever oak... Someone said that they used liquid smoke. It's not smoky. It's oaky. Like it's been in a barrel. I gotta do some research on this because this is the biggest surprise of my night.
That sounds interesting. It is nice when you find something that's like painfully cheap and then it turns out to be amazing.
Yeah, well, Run Rev just said that reaction is why I like trying new things. Yeah, I would have never in a million years picked up this bottle, but I was like, let's give it a shot for a stream. It did intrigue me. The first time I saw it, I was like, what is that? And then I saw the price and I saw like it didn't say whiskey or bourbon or anything. I was like, yeah, I'll pass. But that goes to show you some of the stuff may be a treasure. Now, I did put a little nice pun down in the description. I said, will it be a fright or a delight? This is a delight. This is a delight.
There you go.
So that's how I should have been raised all night. I forgot that I did that. So. But okay, well, moving on from that, what more do we have together that we both have? Do we both have the South Shot and the Hayes Parker?
I have Hayes Parker here.
Okay.
I wasn't able to find the South Shot.
Let's there's South Shot and I have Samuel Grant as well. Those are the only other two that I haven't tried. Let's save Hayes Parker for the very end since we both got it. Do you got one? So okay, you guys tell me in the chat if you've heard of South Shot. This is South Shot. This is a Total Wine brand, or Samuel Grant, which is another Albertsons Vaughn's Grant bottle or brand. So these are the two bottles. Let me know which one I should try. I'm only going to try one. I'm going to save one more for maybe a different stream. We'll see. Or maybe I'll pop into the Hangout if y'all do one tonight just for like a little bit, just to do a little quick tasting. But let me know what you guys want me to do, either South Shot or Samuel Grant.
So Sugar Kitty's saying Inverhouse is actually InBev. So that seems like an InBev product, yeah.
Wait, what is InBev? I'm not familiar with that.
InBev is one of the big players, one of the big conglomerates.
Gotcha.
It's crazy. Like there's only a few, because I'm trying to think, there's only a few people who really own all the Scotch distilleries. I'm trying to think and that's true of Ireland too at this point. Like Diageo owns basically everybody.
Yeah, right. InBev owns Budweiser. Wow.
Edrington Group owns a bunch of motherfuckers. Trying to think of who else. Oh, Beam Suntory owns a bunch.
Oh, yeah, they own everything.
They own all the Cooley brands now. Yeah.
Floating says 75 South appears to be bottled in California. This one says it's actually bottled by the Founders Company in Louisville. So I don't know if it's like a California specific product, but it does say bottled in Louisville. All right. No one answered my question, so no one knows either of these brands. So I may just pick one. But, so you go ahead and get into the one you were about to drink, and I'm going to pour one of these.
Okay. I'm breaking up the Colson's. This is the Walgreens brand of Canadian whiskey. So.
Oh gosh.
And it's actually labeled.
Y'all have Walgreens brand? Like we have whiskey in our Walgreens, but I don't think we have like brand name whiskey, like their house brand name whiskey.
Yeah. No, it's not labeled as Walgreens. This is the one that's just exclusively sold within Walgreens.
Oh, like the Kirkland signature, basically.
Exactly.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. I just imagine like Walgreens and it says like "Stay well."
Coed is saying Inverhouse is from Thailand. That's interesting. I've never heard that.
Well, I
Really?
mean, like Thailand, like is Thailand, is it Thailand or India that has like the biggest whiskey market in like the world? I think it's India. Maybe I'm thinking of India.
Yeah.
India sells more whiskey than like the United States, like triple the amount of whiskey. It's the craziest thing ever. Two Dudes in a Brew podcast says they're currently drinking a Sycamore Juiciness IPA out of a Viking corn that was sent by a fan. That's pretty awesome. I need a drinking receptacle provided by a fan. That's awesome.
Oh, okay. So here we go. Inverhouse actually started as a subsidiary of an American company, Publicker Industries. So then they bought up Pulteney, Balblair, Knockdhu, Speyburn, and Balmenic. And then after that, it was taken over by InBev. Inverhouse was purchased by Pacific Spirit, which is now InBev. Okay.
Gotcha.
Man, that is a complicated fucking history. What is Walgreens' target whiskey?
I know. What is their target market?
Well,
what would be your answer? And I'll tell you my answer if you tell me yours.
Bums is what it is.
Well, I would think that, but I would think that's more of like, like your random liquor store in the corner of, whatever street, whatever. I don't know. To me, I would guess Walgreens' target market is people that are waiting on their prescription to be filled. They wander the store. They're like, oh, whiskey. Why not?
No, that's true too. Guess. That's true too.
Oh god, people are already suggesting things like to send me to drink whiskey out of. Hold on. I retract my statement. Okay, Clifton, you asked for it. Okay, hold on. Don't send me random shit. Unless it's like an old Dickel bottle, then I can there's like the old I'll stop.
Yeah. No, I know what you mean. I know what you're talking about. We're on the same page.
So I decided the one I'm going to pour before we go into the Hayes Parker is the Samuel Grant. Now, this is one that I picked up from Vaughn's Albertsons. The only reason I didn't do the South Shot is because I learned that it's also a TerraPure product. And it's only 20 cents cheaper than the Hayes Parker. So I'm like, screw it. We'll see how we like the Hayes Parker. Stanley Wagner says he got South Shot last night. Oh, well, I got a super chat for us. So we'll try that after the Hayes Parker. But cheers, Stanley. Thank you so much for the super chat. Run Rev tagged me. I'll just make sure I didn't miss something. Nope, he just tagged me. All right, so I'm going to pour the Samuel Grant. Now, this was the first one. I think, so Ed, on your channel, did you start with one that said Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey?
I had Kentucky Choice.
Oh, no. I think on your channel, one of the descriptions of one said Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey, but I could be wrong.
No, yeah, Kentucky Choice was the one that we had on here that was straight.
Oh, it also said straight bourbon. Okay, cool. Mm-hmm. I didn't realize that I had one. The Samuel Grant does say Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey. Bottled by the Founders Company, which is the one that did 75 South. Hey, maybe I'll like it. It's more expensive. It's twice the price of 75 South.
My question is, why isn't Black Eagle labeled as straight bourbon whiskey? Because it is aged 3 years. It's got the age statement on it. They had to do New Charred Oak.
And bourbon. Do you think they added? Well, they couldn't have added flavors because they would have to say bourbon whiskey with added flavors.
With added flavors, and they couldn't have finished it, or it would have said finished in. So what the fuck, Black Eagle?
There has to be a reason. They would if they can write the word original. I don't know if your bottle says it. Mine just says original at the bottom. They're just making up random freaking words. Like,
yeah, no, it just says original. Why doesn't it say straight?
There's got to be a loophole that they know about that not many people know about. That's my only guess.
This seems incredibly suspicious to me. I don't care for that.
Wait, the one you're drinking right now?
No, the Black Eagle. I don't know.
Yeah.
There's either they mislabeled and TTB didn't give a shit because like.
But they're a total wine brand though. That's surprising.
Right? I don't know. That's weird.
Yeah, that's weird. All right, tell us about the one that you've poured, and then I'll pour the Samuel Grant.
Colson. Yeah, I don't know what to tell you. It's Canadian whiskey. They added flavor to it. It's shit. And actually, it may have beaten out Black Eagle for the worst whiskey I've had tonight. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it is so sharp and jangly. It's just. It smells again like just.
I was gonna say, show us that bottle real quick.
Oh yeah, here you go.
It's not a bad looking bottle, I mean.
I can't get it to focus. There we go.
Although, to be fair, they're using those Crown Royal colors. I think that's intentional. Yeah. Oh, I didn't. Oh, sorry. Sorry, I removed it. I was trying to unsolo. Hold on. There we go.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. Run Rev says Walgreens equals soccer moms who want more than wine.
There you go. But yeah, this smells This smells so like there's certain Canadian whiskeys like I can't remember what it was that I thought was so bad for the longest time. Canadian Mist. That was what
Oh
it was.
yeah.
Canadian Mist.
I don't think I've bought that one. I bought Canadian Club, but not Canadian Mist.
Canadian Club's a lot better. Canadian
Yeah.
Mist smells like diesel fumes.
Oh god.
And that's what this smells like. It's really, really bad.
That sounds real bad.
Wow.
Yeah, they bottle 75 South for Safeway. Gotcha. Got it. Floating was just doing some research on 75 South. I mean, it's definitely worth looking into for sure. Okay. Samuel Grant, on the nose. I'm not off put. Not nearly as off put by that. You know what? I'm going to pour the Black Eagle because that's going to be my comparison for awful. With these bourbons, at least, right?
Yeah.
We're drinking bourbon. Now, there was one that was worse than Black Eagle, but I got to do a fair bourbon and bourbon comparison.
Which one did you think was worse than Black Eagle?
It was wait, what was it? Was it Black Eagle? It was Black Eagle.
You hated Canadian Crest more than Black Eagle.
Oh yeah. I was like, I don't remember because I already blocked it from my memory because it was so bad. I'm gonna taste the Black Eagle real quick again though. Nope, not good. Awful, bad.
Yeah,
not as bad as Canadian Crest, but in terms of bourbon whiskey, awful. So let's try this Samuel Grant. That one's familiar. They don't say, they do just say Founder's Choice, which makes me curious. Based in Louisville, Kentucky, what could possibly be Founder's Choice in Louisville?
I think it's Sazerac.
Sazerac.
Floydian chimed in. It's a Sazerac brand.
I just recently did a benchmark stream of like all the new benchmark products.
Mm-hmm.
That's giving me some benchmark Buffalo Trace like distillery vibes.
Sure.
And that this also 75 South was also that same founder's company. Maybe that's why I like it. That's actually, I would have never known that was Buffalo Trace or Sazerac or whatever. But now that I know that, this definitely gives me benchmark vibes. This honestly, price wise, let's see. Samuel Grant was $8.88. That's still cheaper than benchmark, right? I feel like it is.
Yeah, no, that is because, well, at least around here, benchmark's probably 13, 14.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's definitely it tastes a little bit younger, more of that sweet corn than a benchmark product.
Mm-hmm.
I will say Samuel Grant does taste better than 75 South. Again, double the price almost, but again, 75 South. No, it's like a third more of the price. But Samuel Grant tastes like what I was picking up in the 75 South that I was liking, but Samuel Grant actually makes it decent and good. Yeah. So I do, as much as I raved about the 75 South, I was just shocked by it, honestly.
Oh, for sure.
I think Samuel Grant is the better product. It's very, very similar. So if you have a chance between the two, they're both at the same stores, Safeway, Albertsons, Vons. But Samuel Grant's $8.88 versus $6.66. Plus, you don't want to be buying a product that's $6.66. That is bad karma.
666, the number of the beast.
Exactly, especially on Halloween. Don't tempt fate.
That's what Erica gets so scared. I'll come up behind her and do that. Like I'll do the metal voice and I'll sing that song. She once bit me. She got so scared.
So Cohen says it's probably Barton and not Buffalo Trace. Cohen, I gotta disagree with that only because I don't like a lot of stuff from Barton. Something about the Barton flavor profile, even if they're cheaper stuff, it's a very unique flavor profile. This just screams benchmark. Oh man, screams. I even downloaded a freaking soundboard for the stream to do like horror movie screams the whole time. I didn't get to use it.
Oh, you can use it. I'm willing to go long. I've got nothing to do. Well, actually,
no, I was going to use it throughout. I was literally going to be like if something was bad, I was going to be like,
oh, that would have been perfect.
I forgot. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. That's because we've been going for an hour on your channel, and then
yeah, we forgot.
Okay, but we got like 4 minutes left. Go ahead and say what you're going to say, but I think we should.
I was just going to say, Andrew Sproul is talking. He's saying the 9.09% rule only allowed other spirits. My understanding was that was the original intent of the rule, was that it would only allow certain other spirits and wine, but that has since changed to allow other flavorings.
Gotcha.
But I may be wrong. If someone knows better, maybe Donald Rance or Peter White, I don't know if you're in the chat right now. They probably know better than I. So
Gotcha. All right, so now that you're the TerraPure expert, now that I know you did a video on it that I need to watch, and if you guys got to go watch, I'll post the link in the description. Tell us, Ed, brief 30-second spiel of what TerraPure is.
Okay, so TerraPure, the basic idea is to take a younger whiskey and make it taste more like an older whiskey using ultrasonics. So basically, you're putting whiskey in with wood and hitting it with ultrasonic waves, which does two things. One, it creates more esters within your whiskey. Esters are the congeners that make things taste fruity. So usually over time in wood, the grain congeners mix with the wood congeners and create esters. Fatty acids over time become esters. However, they're accelerating the process. They're they're shaking it until those esters are formed artificially. That ultrasonic shaking tends to remove some of the congeners that taste nasty. Here's the problem I have with TerraPure, though, is that artificialness, the artificial esters, and removing things that taste nasty doesn't actually create a product that tastes older. It just covers up bullshit in your product more so. It's basically taking a shitty whiskey and making it slightly more palatable rather than actually making decent fucking whiskey. But anyway, let's check this out.
You hit the nail on the head. I mean, that's how I feel too. It doesn't. They swear by it rapid aging the whiskey. It to me, I've never got a rapid age taste. They all say the one I have. I'm not going to name names, but I had one sent to me by a brand, and it says age 6 months, and it's like using the revolutionary TerraPure process. So this one also says age 6 months. So I'm very, very concerned it's going to be similar.
Oh yeah, wait. How long? Wait.
Yeah, so this one says Hayes Parker's genuine recipe. Yep. Hayes Parker's bourbon whiskey has been created using the revolutionary TerraPure process.
Yeah.
Hayes Parker Reserve Original is aged a minimum of 6 months in new oak. So smooth is what it says.
And that's the thing. I think if my problem is I've had like the Winchester. I've had a couple TerraPured whiskeys. One was Boone's Bourbon, which sucked ass. And we're not going to get into. We're not going to. Oh, sorry.
No, I'm not saying that you're talking about the same person I am.
I am speaking only for myself. It sucked ass. We're not going to get into the rest of that story.
Yeah. But
then I also had Winchester, which is a bourbon. But the problem with Winchester is that it removed. Like the TerraPure process removed everything that made it taste like bourbon. It tasted like a fucking light Irish whiskey, like just smooth and nothing there. So I don't know. I guess we'll find out how this Hayes one is.
Yeah, no, that's the way the other side I looked at it. It says an experience you can spend the rest of your life with. It's that good.
Oh my god!
And we're talking about a $9.49 bourbon.
I mean, I feel like this is, and we haven't even tasted it yet, so I shouldn't judge before we taste it. But fucking A, this is just people who don't want to take the time to age their whiskey, trying to find a way to make a buck quickly.
Give it a bullshit excuse, like, oh, we use revolutionary process to ultra age it. No, you're just trying to skip the actual aging process that makes a good whiskey.
You're trying to make a profit as quick as you can. Yep. You don't really care about the process itself.
That's my biggest problem with previously not mentioned bourbon. They treat it as such a homemade, homegrown product, which I don't. The person behind it, whatever, do your own thing. You're doing it to represent your brand or whatever. But don't tout it as this homegrown recipe when you're sourcing and TerraPuring a product. That's all I have to say about that.
If you're pulling, I'm going to say it. I'm going to say it because my opinion, not Cliff's. We don't have to say it. Boone, if you're listening, I'm talking to you. Your shit ain't homegrown, motherfucker. You're pulling it from MGP, and then you're fucking Frankensteining it. That's all you're doing. All right? Fucking deal with it, motherfucker. Anyway.
Yeah. Y'all got some bad blood. The only reason I don't get involved is because this guy went to college with me. He literally moved out to LA just like me. I don't know his personal story, but I just know that the brand is very scummy with the way they promote it and how they treat it. That's my problem with it.
Yeah. Yep.
But with
Anyway.
that, oh no, this is gonna be a very familiar note.
Yep. It smells like rotten apples.
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah, you're right. Oh my god, because I've been to an apple orchard. Like, you're not even like bullshitting. Like, I've been to an apple orchard with rotting apples on the ground.
Yeah.
That's definitely it.
It's fucking rotten apples. It's every fucking time with these TerraPure products. It's the same thing. It's an old, it's old fruit that's just been sitting out.
I've never thought of it that way, but you hit, again, I hate saying these the same thing, hit the nail on the head, but like you literally did. On the nose, I really hope it doesn't carry through with the palate. I'm so scared.
It
cheers.
smells like that,
I'm
and
giving up at this point. I'm just like, cheers.
cheers.
Mm.
Yeah.
I think I have a new worst thing of the night. I don't know about you.
It tastes like, you know how like,
Oh God, on the finish.
It tastes like fake banana, like it tastes like fake bananas and a bitter medicinal pill. It's
I would take Dickel any day. You said medicinal pill. I would take a Dickel Flintstone vitamin any day over this.
But this isn't even like Flintstone vitamin. This is like
No.
this is like a powdery like one of those those old pills that aren't in a capsule. It's just the powder. Like it sits on the back of your tongue and it just tastes bitter. Yeah.
Ugh.
It smells like fucking young grain. It smells like moldy grain in a silo.
And young grain, like not even like the corn. Like normally, you know what, young corn I'm okay with. Again, like we talked about mellow corn earlier. We talked about like corn whiskeys. This doesn't have that corn sweetness at all. You know what? I know we're in a little overtime, but I do have to compare it to the South Shot, which is another TerraPure brand from the same company. So just a quick little comparison.
Do it up.
This does say, now the description of this one, South Shot Original Barrel Aged. Ooh. Barrel aged small batch, which we know is a word that means nothing. Bourbon whiskey. Sour mash made slow.
Made slow. I'm adding this.
How does it compare to Malort? Oh, I honestly think I would rather have Malort than that. I think that Hayes Parker, Malort is what it is.
Malort at least has like
character.
Malort is bitter, but it has like a fruity herbal thing as well. This is just rotting grain.
Now we'll say that one is 90 proof, so it's got that going for it. It's the highest proof we tried tonight.
Yeah, that's something.
So now I'm going to try the South Shot, which Run Rev, you asked earlier for me to try this. So, and you sent a super chat too. So this is, if you're curious, you're not. Batch number 3,174. Means nothing. This one is what was the price on this one? This one is, so the one we just had was Hayes Parker was $9.49. South Shot was $9.29. However, this does say it's a small batch, so maybe it was on sale. I don't know.
Cohen, yes, Malort is not a whiskey, but it is our standard for shittiness.
Oh wait, that's different. Whoa, hold up. It's not better, but it's different.
Oh shit! It's not better, but it's different at least.
On the nose, Hayes Parker goes to like a barnyard hay, like walk into like a horse stable.
Sure. But
with this one is sweeter if that's what you're going for. Sweeter, but on the palate, it's that same grainy, just like it's not as rotten apple. So I will say, between the two, go with the South Shot. It tastes like it honestly tastes like TerraPure. And again, not to name names, but the other brand is a more premium TerraPure product. They aren't actually a Total Wine brand. They are a different distillery in Charleston, South Carolina, which is very suspicious, I will say.
Oh yeah. Well, that other distillery in South Carolina, doesn't do shit except sit on their barrels and blend it for them because the person in question is too much of a dipshit to actually do it himself.
Yeah, well, both of these taste very strangely familiar. That one is a high proof one. Now we'll give them that. They got the high proof. That doesn't mean much, you know. And I think that while we're talking about it, I think that's the appeal of that one. People that are drinking that whiskey have never had a high proof bourbon, so they'll drink it like, wow, there's so much going on. Well, no shit, it's a high proof. You're gonna get a lot going on. You're getting a lot of tongue tingles. Doesn't mean it's good tongue tingles.
Yeah. No, once you have a high proof bourbon that's crafted with some care and love, you probably are going to see the difference.
Someone said batch 3174 is so much better than Another malted in Montreal. Cheers, Clifton. Thank you so much for popping in. I know we're at the tail end of the stream, but I appreciate you stopping in and giving a super chat. Now, as Canadian, are you criticizing us for shitting on Canadian? Because we weren't shitting on Canadian whiskey. We're shitting on cheap American Canadian whiskey.
Exactly. How you doing, Swami?
So, Ed, what are your thoughts? What was your favorite and your least favorite of across our streams? What do you got to say?
Favorite of the night, probably gonna be Kentucky Choice, followed closely by, and I feel crazy saying this, but followed closely by Clan McGregor.
That was when you were complaining about earlier, like, oh, I drank this shit in college.
Yeah. I actually thought this was going to be way worse, and now that I come back to it, I kind of appreciate it. So there you go.
Those are your best. Well, I'll go ahead and say my best. My best has to go to. I'm putting the Samuel Grant above the 75 South because they're very similar. I'm not going to include both of them too because technically they're both my favorite, but they're basically the same product. So this is the Samuel Grant one. Definitely my absolute favorite of the night. Second favorite, you know, I'm just looking at my choices here. Oh, they're not looking very good. Oh, okay. You know what? I will go with we did this on his channel, the Kentucky Dale.
Oh, Kentucky Dale,
which apparently goes on sale for $2 in Matt from Whiskey Crusaders area. I paid like $6 for not for this, but for the equivalent of a 750 milliliter. It's got to be my second favorite of the night. What are your worst, Ed?
Oh, worst. I mean, I think I'm going to go with the Hayes Parker. I mean, Hayes Parker, but my second worst in a close race is Colson's. Colson's in a close second.
Yeah,
but Hayes Parker, yeah.
I got to go with. I think the worst product of Hayes Parker is the South Shot, which is surprising because it's a small batch one, which we know means nothing.
Yeah.
This is Ed. Everything you didn't like about Hayes Parker, this is it, but even younger.
Oh,
so that's why this one sucked. This was awful. That was worse. I do have a second place. Technically, Hayes Parker is second place, but like you said, different category.
It's kind of in the same category.
Yeah. So where did it go? Where was that Canadian? That awful. Oh wait. Oh, I put it over here because I'm gonna pour that down the drain. So, you know what? South Shot is not the worst. Worst of the night. Canadian Crest. It's $5.54. I would drink the Hayes Parker and the South Shot over this. This just is awful, thick, viscous, but not in a good way. So avoid this at all costs. Avoid these for the most part.
Yeah. No, there's a lot of things to avoid here. That is true.
Yeah.
Most of these are not great, but
it was fun to try them. I don't think I would have ever picked up most of these.
I know, right? It's true. Well, actually, and hey, don't pour those down the drain. Send them my way because they will be featured on a Worst Whiskey Watch on one of these Wednesdays.
There we go. I will definitely do that. Well, thank you so much. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say, Sugar Kitty is saying Clan Hackaloogie. Clan Hackaloogie was actually probably one of the better things I drank.
I gotta try. Oh, yeah. We haven't done our blends yet either. Have you been blending?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
I've been blending most of these. I'll pour some Hackaloogie while you try your blend.
Here, let me just pour all these together real quick.
If y'all missed the Hackaloogie joke, this is a blended Scotch whiskey. We did this at the very beginning of Ed's stream. So like I said, if you missed that, the link is down in the description below. Go check that out once we're finished here. But yeah, this one, spoiler, it's not impressive. It's not exciting. It's okay.
Yeah, it's very okay. So this is my blend of every single thing we drank tonight.
All right, I got one of that too. I'm trying the loogie real quick though.
Okay, you do yours first.
It's fine. It kind of gets in that weird like viscousy, like the Canadian crested, but at least it has flavor to back that up. You know, the Glen Logie is not looking that bad after all of these.
I know, that's true. We've definitely gone out of super like downward slope.
Yes, absolutely. So Cohen says my worst was a Bruno Mars Rum called Silveri. Tastes like Tootsie Roll, not in a good way. It's cacao flavored rum that is so fake tasting. Oh, that sounds awful. All right, I got my blend here too, Ed. So cheers, man.
Cheers, my dude.
I have a thought, and I'm curious if yours is the same. One of these overpowers all of them.
Oh my God. It's not bad. It's not awful until the end. And the end for me is just all that neutral grain spirit.
Oh man, maybe our proportions are. This isn't a scientific experience. However, I got overpowered with Terrapure. Hayes Parker Stealth Shot just like completely like overtook all the flavor profile. That there's a certain note, and I feel like Terrapure has a tasting note, and like you said, it covers up stuff, right? It doesn't add anything; it just covers it up.
Right.
That's covered in this whiskey.
It smooths off the edges, but it makes for like it makes a absolutely despicable whiskey slightly more drinkable. Yeah. And yes, I am Whistle Pig Swami. That is exactly what I am. You got it. I forgot. I took off the nose because I couldn't smell anything.
He still got it. He's doing better than I am. All right, well, we're over time here, you guys. I appreciate y'all sticking around. First of all, thank you, Ed, so much for coming on this channel, this stream. I think this was appropriate for both of us for
sure.
a Halloween stream. So do you have anything interesting coming up on your channel? Go ahead and give it a shout out.
Yes. So we've got our regular content Monday, Wednesday, Friday, plus a stream on Thursdays. The big thing coming up right now is Swillmageddon, which is our viewer-submitted blends where they're trying to make the worst whiskey possible.
So excited for that.
Yeah. So that's going to start in 2 weeks. We've got most of the entries right now. So that's going to be super fun. And we've got a couple other things in the bag just for videos. But I'm going to leave those to be surprises. But yes, please
go check out his channel. Like he said, he goes live on Thursday nights. He goes live the hour before me. So we typically do like a little back-to-back thing. So if you have 2 hours, it's like a double feature on your Thursday nights. So keep an eye out on his channel. Like I said earlier, I'm not doing the Patreon hangout tonight, but if y'all want to gather over on Discord, I may pop in for just a minute to say hi. But like I said, Saturday I'm doing a Compass Box. Man, it's hard to say words at this point in the night. Compass Box. Peat Monster Arcana, the new release from Compass Box. That review is going up on Saturday. Like I said, I'm leaving the country because screw 2020, screw the election, just screw it. JK, please vote. If you haven't voted, please vote.
Yes.
But cheers again. Thank you so much, Ed, for being on.
Oh, of course. I'm happy to be here.
Awesome. And you guys have a wonderful night. And like I said, go vote, but like maybe drink a lot of whiskey before you watch the results of the election. So cheers, you guys.
I just realized I never said the name of my channel when I did the promotion.
Oh,
the Rotgut Review.
Yeah, isn't it the title? Like if you click the title of this video that you're watching, like it'll go to his channel. So I know that's a new feature on YouTube. I noticed it. Like so, my channel says at the Rotgut, and you can literally click it and go to your channel. That's really cool.
Nice. Yeah,
that's really cool. So I learned that from because I was on with Whiskey Dick on Monday, and he did it on his. I was like, holy crap, that's so cool. So I'm gonna do it from now on out. But cheers, Ed, and cheers you guys, and have a wonderful weekend. Bye guys.